of news coming out of Lake Oconee with the Derman murders, but two heroic acts have brought some good news out of Putnam County.
WGXA's Angie Regal spoke with two men who saved the lives of two fawns and has their story.
The sounds of what seemed to be a baby crying on the shores of Lake Oconee. Andy, Wooten and Taylor Sinquefield heard the cries and ran to the shore. There they saw a doe and knew her newborn baby was in distress. Wooten, a wildlife management graduate, says he knew he had to do something.
I was 3 yards away from it, couldn't even see it because it was so tangled up in the vines. Heard it gargle in the water, and as soon as I knew that, I went straight to the water and kicked off my shoes and got in.
The fawn, with its umbilical cord still attached, was tangled in branches in the lake and could barely keep its head above water. Once rescued, the baby deer was brought to this yard, wrapped in a blanket and placed in the sun to warm up. It was then Sinquefield heard the cries of another fawn and rushed back into the waters to find another baby deer struggling to survive.
I jumped in the water and found the little hole that it was sitting in and was able to get it out and make sure it got up on the land right.
Wooten and Sinquefield kept both fawns in the sun and stayed with them for the next hour until they knew they would be okay. The rescuers watched as the fawn stood, maybe for the first time ever, and followed the men into the woods.
They were real wobbly, and then after they rested, we let them follow us into the woods, and eventually they just walked off on their own.
The next day, Wooten and Sinquefield saw the mother deer and says she was still protective of her fawns, but did not seem scared of the men who saved her babies' lives. Wooten and Sinquefield are hunters, but say it's also their passion to protect nature and any creature in harm.
It's not like we were trying to be heroes. I just couldn't stand the sound of hearing anything in distress. We just jumped into action, didn't think twice about it.
Angie Regal, WGXA News.
The two men have not seen the fawn since their rescue, but hope that they're doing well.